Hey guys, I just wanted to put together a quick video because I am seeing a major trend in our market right now, and that is all about solar panels. So I wanted to put a quick video together because I've had a chance to do some research, talk with insurance companies, talk with other agents in our market, and do some of my own research, read through contracts, all that kind of good stuff. And I just wanted to give you kind of something to think about if you're thinking about contemplating getting solar panels on your house. So I am by no means the end all be all. I just wanted to kind of put out a video, give you an idea of things to think about if you are thinking of doing that in the near future. So I'll kind of jump in and explain exactly how the contract worked that I read through on how the solar panels work, how you actually end up saving money or maybe not saving money, the tax credits, all that kind of good stuff. So the contract that I read through essentially was a 20-year contract to pay down the loan from the solar company that they are giving you to put the panels on the roof. That's how they essentially say $0 down. They're going to put these panels on your roof. You're going to pay them down with a monthly payment. And by the end of the time that you have paid them down, then you have no more electric bills or utility bills. You're going to get free energy. Awesome. That sounds great. So you start with an introductory rate that, you're at that monthly payment. Is the nice thing about it is a constant monthly payment. It does not fluctuate based off of your usage. And I'm sure some companies out there may even say, if you create more usage than what your home uses, then you can sell it back to the utility companies and make money on the deal. That sounds awesome. Cool. Saving the environment, saving money on my monthly bills, getting paid to give, energy back to the utility companies. What's there to lose, right? In addition, you can also qualify for a tax credit. It could be quite significant. Awesome. Even better. That sounds great. I'll come back to that. So essentially, you're paying, your monthly payment, which let's just say your utility bill is normally $400 a month on average. And your monthly payment to pay down these solar panels would only be about $200. You're saving $200 a month, saving the environment, doing what's right. Heck, it's a win-win. That sounds awesome. Let's, sign me up. Here are some things that I want to put out there that maybe you should also be thinking about if you're contemplating getting these solar panels. Is in the contract that I read, there was an introductory rate that was good for about 18 months. After the 18 months, or within the 18 months, you had to make an additional payment to essentially get the loan down in order to stay at that continued rate. Well, that additional payment was over 25% of the loan value. Now, when you consider that solar panels could range between $25,000, $35,000, up to $50,000, depending on the size of your house and the amount of energy that you need, that is a significant amount of money. I don't have tens of thousands of dollars sitting around that I can just throw at a loan whenever I want, whenever it's called due. And if I am kind of on a fixed income or expecting my monthly my monthly utility or solar panel bill to be, constant, and then it jumps up, I'm not going to be very happy. I'm going to have to, adjust my budget. So that might be something that could be a gotcha. So here's where we come back to the tax credit. Well, in speaking with some homeowners that were gracious enough to lend me their contract to kind of see how this process works, it sounds like the tax credit that they're planning on getting is right about the same amount of money that needs to be paid down on their solar panel loans. So in hindsight, yeah, you're getting a tax credit, but you don't get to pocket that money. And if you do, then you're still going to be out money trying to pay down to this target balance by the target date that they're wanting you to. So it's kind of a wash, in my opinion. Great, I get, let's say, a $10,000 tax credit, but I have to pay it to the solar panel company. So, that's just kind of more paperwork and a little bit more difficult for me. Just my opinion, So here's also what the solar panel companies may not explain to you is, how does this affect your insurance? Obviously, you're going to have to call your insurance company and say, hey, I just added $30,000 worth of solar panels onto my roof or onto my property. I need additional coverage. You need to increase the coverage of your property by the amount that you added. Otherwise, if you go to file a claim, or at least let your insurance company know that you've done this so that they can make the proper adjustments. Because let's say you go to file a claim, they didn't know you had panels on your house and now you're underinsured. You could be denied a claim. You never know. Also, what the insurance companies have been saying is that you may need to get additional coverage, liability coverage. Because let's say you're generating so much power with your solar panels. Apparently there's this funnel that will diffuse it pretty much down into smaller amounts and send it back out. Well, the utility companies around here are requiring you to get $1 million worth of liability coverage in case all of your extra energy going through this funnel, if it breaks the funnel or something damages the funnel and it pretty much goes out to other houses and causes electrical or problems with the surrounding houses, then you need to have liability coverage for that. Otherwise, you could be in a world of hurt. So yes, you're offsetting some money for utilities, but your insurance may be higher on the other side. So, it may be a wash. It may not help you out at all. It would definitely be worth looking into. So another concept or another thought as far as the insurance side goes, or the cost of it, is, the solar panels are said to have an expected life of around 30 years. That is awesome. Your solar panel loan is only for maybe 15 or 20 years. That means you get 10 years of free utilities. It's going to be great savings in the end. Well, if you live around here, a shingled roof life expectancy is about 15 to 20 years. Obviously, those solar panels are going to outlast your roof. So what kind of expenses do you have taking them off of the roof, putting them back on? When the original solar panels are going into your original roof, they're drilling down into the decking. So does that mean that you're going to also have to replace the decking, not just the shingles, when you go to replace your roof? What kind of insurance coverage can you get, or will that change in the next 10 years once we kind of start seeing claims come about through insurance companies? That's kind of too hard to say right now because it's too early in our area. But it might just be something to kind of think about in the back of your mind. If you only have a couple years life expectancy left on your roof, maybe you don't want to be putting solar panels on right now, because there could be additional cost of taking them off, putting them back on, plus any permits and all that kind of good stuff that may come with it. So also what kind of we're seeing with the real estate side of it is sellers are going to sell the property. They put $30,000 worth of solar panels on their roof, and they are saying, well, that means I get $30,000 extra equity in our house, right? Nope. Unfortunately not. So what we are seeing is, because solar panels are kind of a newer trend in our area, appraisers don't have the sales history to know how much buyers are giving value toward those solar panels. They don't really have a dollar amount right now that they can point to and say, yes, these are, we can give you 20,000, we can give you 15,000. The most that I have heard has been $5,000 credit from an appraiser to somebody that maybe put $25,000 or more into these solar panels. So, and that was lucky. Most appraisers are saying zero value. So it might be something to contemplate, that if this is not your forever home, you don't have a, slate roof or tiled roof that's going to last you 50 years, it may be worth thinking about before you put them on your roof. And kind of finally, this one isn't as big, but it's something to think about, is essentially, because you have this loan for property on your property, an attached fixture on your property, it's a second lien on your house. So not only does any buyer, when you go to sell your property, have to qualify to buy your house, they also have to qualify to take over the rest of your loan on the solar panels. So hopefully, a buyer is kind of buying within their means, and a couple $100 a month for these solar panels is going to kind of offset and not really be a big deal in the end. But it's definitely something to think about, and it's something that we are seeing that needs to be addressed at the beginning of the sales process. Of, they need to you as a seller need to contact the solar company, say this is what's going on, make sure that your loan can be assumable, and that the that the buyer can take over that loan. If the buyer can't take over your loan, that means you have to pay it off with the proceeds of your closing. So definitely read through the contract that you are getting with the solar panel company to make sure that you're not going to be stuck with a bill if and when you go to sell it. So I don't mean to be Debbie Downer or anything. I hope I'm not coming off on that, because obviously there are so many positives to getting solar panels. The obvious being, green renewable energy, saving the environment, hopefully cutting your utility bills down to zero eventually. But I did want to put something out there just to kind of say, hey, these might be some additional items that you want to think about or have a conversation with your solar panel person, your insurance company, your real estate agent, and your lender, anybody else that you think that might be affected by this, just so that you're a little bit more informed going into it. So if you're planning on getting them, or you already have them, good for you. You're doing good for the environment. I commend you. But I just also wanted to put it out there that there might be a couple extra things that you want to look into before you start drilling things into your roof. So I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk with you soon.